So how did you keep that relationship up after that commercial? To me, if I do a commercial with a director I love or whatever, I never think to reach out to them. I don't want to step on toes. Did you establish that relationship, or were they coming to you?
I mean, look, I hate to tell you this, but a big part of what makes it not weird is not wanting parts from them.
Oh, yeah.
I had fully mentally transitioned from being an actor to wanting to be a filmmaker at that point.
Yeah.
And it's so much easier for that relationship to develop and for them to want to mentor me in that way, as opposed to that feeling of like, oh, this is an actor that wants a part from me. And
That makes sense.
I hate to tell you, but that's the reality.
No, that
of
makes
it,
total sense to me.
you know, and from there,
It's much easier being an actor that wants to do a podcast interview with you rather than ask for parts, because you probably get asked for parts.
This is a perfect example. I don't know if you've realized this yet, but your podcast is like your thing.
Tell me more.
Well, it's what's making you more than just an actor.
Oh, yes,
looking
yes,
for parts.
absolutely, yes.
And ultimately, you know, you're really good at this.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
You got a great voice.
Okay.
You speak concisely.
Thank you.
And with purpose.
Thank you.
And not everybody can do that.
You know, I appreciate that. That's very kind. I do find it interesting though, because like I can email a casting director and ask them to do this podcast, but like if I'm emailing them about acting, I'm like, oh, I shouldn't do that. Oh, but this podcast, I'm like, hey, I'd love you to come down. I've had so and so and so on. Like it is an interesting dynamic with this, because I don't feel like I'm stepping on toes with this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is good.
I have a friend, an actor. He's one of my best friends, Adam Shapiro. Do you know Adam? Everybody
that sounds
knows.
so familiar.
Everybody knows him.
Yeah.
He's one of those people everybody knows him.
Okay, got it.
I'm going to tell you more about him, and you'll go, oh, I know that guy.
Okay. Okay.
He has a pretzel company called Shappy's Pretzel. Okay. Philly. It's a Philly style pretzel. He's from Philadelphia. During the pandemic, he missed his homegrown pretzels and figured out how to make them. Now he's grown it into a business where he makes the pretzels here. He has a bakery.
Good for him.
Right. He provided all the pretzels for the Oscars over the past 2 years, for example.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's great.
And he is fantastic at promoting the pretzels.
Yeah.
But he's an actor.
Yeah.
He is an actor. He's a very successful character actor.
Yeah.
But this has given him a way to promote himself that's not about acting.
Yeah.
I'm giving up his game here. I apologize.
No, it's
to him.
No, I know. I don't think he minds. You're mentioning him by name on the podcast. It's probably good.
All right. I hope it's good. Point is, he is now on this coming season of The Bear.
Oh, good for him. Oh.
Actually, both he appeared in last season in a small role, and it's grown into quite a large role in the next 2 seasons. Because
they only got 2 more seasons.
But because they love to have actors on The Bear that have some connection to the world of food. And Shappy has this, like, the Shappy pretzel is like a thing in the foodie community. People know this is like a micro brand that is really interesting and has real specific roots, and like people are into it.
I love that. That's really funny.
I'm just saying that for you, like this podcast, look, maybe it overtakes acting at some point. Maybe it is the thing. You don't want that to happen.
No, I would be totally fine with that. I don't think it will. I've done over 300 episodes. This is not taken off at all. At this point, it's just a selfish endeavor.
I shouldn't have done this. Why should I be here?
No, but I do see your point, and I don't disagree. Believe me, and neither do my representatives. But now wait. One last question, real quick.
Yes.
Sorry, I know you got to go. When I do an acting gig, I do email, or I don't email. I send a card to the casting director.
Yeah.
Like I just booked Kimmel last week.
Yeah.
I sent a casting a card to Cecilia over there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for casting me in this. Do you like hearing from actors after you shoot them in something? Like, should I be sending a card to the directors thanking them for? And now we're getting in the gross networking aspect, maybe. But casting directors, from my understanding, appreciate it. Would directors appreciate that or no?
I can only speak for myself.
Of course.
No.
Okay. That's fair.
Listen, that's because aside from a setting like this that's structured, I have coffee. I don't love talking to people.
You know that a card is not interactive. You don't have to talk to the card.
It implies that I do.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's fair. I don't want to put pressure on anybody. So that makes sense.
And I don't know that everybody's like me,
That's
but
fair.
I don't believe in networking. I don't. I think that's a gross thing.
It's a gross term for sure. It's a gross idea.
I have always approached, this is true of when I was an actor, and it's true now. I just do the stuff. I just want to make the thing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's naive, but that's been my focus through my whole career. I love it. I love making the thing.
Yeah.
If I can talk organically to someone about making the thing, if I have reason to talk to them about making the thing, then great.
Yeah.
But I don't attempt to foster relationships just to have them because I should know this person, or I'm trying to ingratiate myself for this reason. That makes me feel gross.
Yeah, it's funny. I just interviewed Stevie Nelson. I don't know if you know her. She was on a couple episodes of New Girl, I think. But we were talking about how if I had asked her to come by, she'd done it twice. If I asked her to meet me for coffee, she would have said no. But to come to the podcast, she's like, yeah, why not? It's a structured thing that we can talk about this in a container.
Yeah.
But if you ask somebody to go to coffee and talk about your career, then nobody's going to want to do that.
Yeah.
So it is interesting, your thought there. I appreciate that. That's great. Also, the funny thing, though, sorry, you got to go. I just started taking a class with Robert Diavanzo, and I think you are a little naive with the networking. He's entertainment is a contact sport, and as an actor, you got to maintain your contacts and be constantly reminding them you're there. Otherwise, there's millions of other actors that are going to take your place. And so I think there unfortunately is an aspect of networking to actors.
I hear that, and I think there's some truth to it, but I guess it's how to do it in a way that isn't needy,
gross,
that isn't icky.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like it being the focus of life. I can acknowledge how there's some practical wisdom in that, but I think that if you do your thing and you make yourself undeniably great at your thing, people are drawn to you.
Yeah, I don't disagree. That's a great way to end it. You get a poetic way to end it, I would argue.
Thanks.
It's very well. What are you, a writer?
It's very rare that I speak a sentence that has a period. So thank you for taking advantage of it.